As India celebrates its 74th Republic Day, controversy in the country continues over the latest Shah Rukh Khan Bollywood film and a BBC documentary. Now, these have triggered a public outcry and reignited debates about press freedom and freedom of expression in the country. Rebecca Bundan reports from Mumbai.
Bollywood superstar Shah Rukh Khan's new blockbuster Pathaan is drawing in the crowds to the cinemas, but it's also attracting a lot of controversy with attacks and protests by right-wing Hindu groups. In parts of India, including at some theatres in Madhya Pradesh, screenings of the film, marking Muslim actor Shah Rukh Khan's big comeback, had to be cancelled because of protests. Muslims also staged protests in response. The main objection of Hindu groups is that the lead actress, Deepika Padukone, wears a saffron-coloured bikini during a sequence of a song. The colour is considered to be a symbol of spirituality in Hinduism, and some groups say that this hurts their religious sentiments. This comes as critics say that divisions between Muslims and Hindus in India have been exacerbated under the country's Hindu nationalist government. Meanwhile, a BBC documentary which looks at Prime Minister Narendra Modi's role as Chief Minister of Gujarat during deadly riots in the state in 2002 is also causing an outcry. The Indian government banned online sharing of the programme, calling the documentary a propaganda piece designed to push a particular discredited narrative. Mr. Modi has denied allegations that as Chief Minister he failed to stop the rioting in his home state, in which more than 1,000 people were killed, many of whom were Muslims. Students at some universities have screened the documentary despite the ban, but the internet and power supply was allegedly cut off as a student union at Delhi's JNU tried to show the documentary. Police arrested several students from another university over a screening. Commentators say that such incidents in India are highlighting religious tensions and raising questions about issues around freedom of expression and a free press. Rebecca Bundan, CNA, Mumbai.
The outcry against the ruling BJP party's growing media crackdown sits in stark contrast to the colourful celebrations held to mark India's 74th Republic Day. The main highlight of the event was a vibrant parade displaying military might and cultural diversity in the world's largest democracy. But all that glitters is not gold. Critics say that increasing censorship by Prime Minister Narendra Modi's government has put India's democracy at risk. Now, for more, Neha Punya joins us live from New Delhi. Neha, how have these recent controversies impacted Republic Day celebrations in India?
Well, Don, this is a day that celebrates India's constitutions and the many, many freedoms that are given to Indian citizens and protected by the constitution, which is why this entire controversy over the BBC documentary, over the screening of Shah Rukh Khan's new movie has led to many asking how the things that have happened this week with the government banning the BBC documentary, a crackdown on universities where screenings were held, detention of students, how all of this can happen in a robust democracy. There are many who are asking questions about why there isn't enough of an outcry about declining press freedom, about attacks on personal liberties, including the freedom of expression as well. But there are many who are also siding with the government. These are supporters of Prime Minister Modi who agree with the government's labelling of that documentary as a propaganda piece, many calling it a colonial relic, saying that just like the government is rejecting India's colonial legacy by building a new parliament, by putting the focus back on regional languages over English, similarly, India has the right to reject criticism levelled against it by the West.
Neha, all eyes are going to be on how Narendra Modi's government responds to these issues. How might that response impact the BJP party as a whole, perhaps in the upcoming polls?
Well, it's certainly given the opposition a lot of ammunition as we look ahead to the 2024 elections and a lot of crucial state elections this year as well. For example, the Congress party has criticized the government's use of emergency powers to take down many of the links that are being shared to the documentary on Twitter and YouTube, saying that clearly the BJP has something to hide. The Congress party is also organizing a screening of this banned documentary in the state of Kerala Kerala today. They're saying that the government cannot stop people from accessing the truth on what happened in the 2002 riots. But it's important to remember that Mr. Modi remains hugely popular. He's won 2 massive mandates in the last 2 general elections, and current ratings project him to still be very much in the lead compared to other leaders in the country. And part of the reason is that his biggest support base is the Hindu voter, and those voters are unlikely to be deterred by the criticism that the government is now facing over censorship as well as a crackdown on freedom of expression.
Neha, thank you for that update. Neha Punya there live from New Delhi.